I missed it. Or like you said the other
It's
day,
just
the automatic exposure adjustment.
It happens so fast. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. Oh, there's an octopus. You guys can't see it, but we can see it.
Or is that one of those little, one of these guys?
No, it's not, because it just hopped up and swam.
Oh.
Yeah, now we're just cleaning the light.
And you see the little wormy dude down there?
Yeah, it's like an eel.
Yeah.
It's an eel.
That's a zoarcid.
Zoarcid.
The
Of
white,
course.
the white thing. It's
Uh,
an eel pout.
Really?
We even have a name for it. I think it's Pakikara.
cool.
I got the light pretty good.
Yeah, that's great. If you guys are really careful, well, anyways, it doesn't matter. I was gonna say where to find the octopus, but it's a tiny little octopus.
Oh, wait a sec.
Is that Fabio who said wait a sec?
No, wait a sec, because this is a different fish. The one you're talking about, this one on the north side of the field of view?
We were actually talking about one on the camera field of view, but now there's one out there, yeah. You can see it in down cam.
Could be.
But yeah, go ahead and put the T-boss. Well, actually, let's just gently get out of here, and then we'll deal with the T-boss somewhere where we can't accidentally mess with the bacterial mat.
Okay.
So, Danny, if you can very gently float away and try not to blow too much into the bacterial mat.
Dead stick it, float up.
Yeah, beautiful.
Is that mat growing? Like, do you see the extent of it change?
I'm glad you were looking at Fabio when you asked that.
Yeah, I waited for him to take off his mic and everything.
Because I looked over at you like with an expression of like, I don't know the answer to that. All right, great work. We're going to take a gas tight, so you can just sit down anywhere. We'll get the T-boss squared away.
I guess we can have the camera resume its schedule.
Yeah, systems can turn the lights off on the camera and set it back to, I don't know, driver control or whatever the correct term is. Thank you very much for your help, systems. Or shore loggers, whoever helped us. Thank you.
Thanks, shore loggers, for letting me have breakfast.
Yeah, she's way less grumpy now. You did
I
us
wasn't
all
grumpy.
a favor.
I wasn't grumpy.
I did not find Steph to be grumpy.
Thanks, Jeb. AJ's telling lies.
Always.
So this camera has been here for 4 years. Fabio was saying it's like just wild to me to have that much like time series data for something like this. That's like so, you know,
Unique?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the real magic of Neptune.
The magic of Neptune.
No, we're gonna leave the other light.
These cameras are on, I think, like a 2-hour schedule, on for 5 minutes at the top of the hour every 2 hours or something like that.
Yeah, we could like pull up footage from this camera from 5 years ago and see how it's changed, like right now.
That's so cool.
This type of deep sea camera recording can only really be done by having enough power and data like that you get from a cabled observatory. You can't really run these things on batteries and then put them somewhere and recover them and all those things. So unless you're going to send an ROV down here, there's really no other way.
A couple of years after I started at ONC, we were getting rid of some camera housings, and we opened them up, and they were set up to use traditional film cameras on a mechanical timer. These like had been collecting dust for who knows how many years before I started working there. But it was interesting to think about that. They'd lower it down with some strobe light pick it up weeks later or a year later, develop the film, see what they got.
Realized they hadn't said it right.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
Danny,
what's the plan now?
The lens cap was
so
still
we're
on.
gonna go. We're gonna go back to the vent where the bar's wand was. So that seemed like a pretty good ledge to sit on. Ooh, excuse me, to sit on to take a gas tight. I don't think we need the reamer because it looked like a pretty big vent hole. So I don't know if you guys want to get the gas tight at least in the craft now, so you don't have to do it on the ledge, and then we can head that way.
Sure. Yeah, give me a minute. I'm gonna switch up.
Oh, you want me to fly it?
Yeah, I don't want to fly into a vent right now.
All right.
So here's the camera, let's see, in August of 2018. Hopefully the lights turn on at some point. Well, really bad lights on that one, but the bacterial mat's sort of halfway in frame.
I don't know to the 2
That-
points.
Can we get a
Those are the
position
vents.
for this camera, if we haven't already?
I do have a position.
Ah, great, Rennie.
Oh, wait.
Good morning, by the way.
Yeah,
This,
2018 is a different camera.
I think it is like collapsed just,
Yeah,
I
because then
got
it
it.
jumps
Thanks,
to
Rennie.
2020.
and I think this was the one that I modified and I goofed on.
Way to
We-
go, Jeb.
We changed,
Turn my mic off for that one.
no, we changed the voltage that it operated at. And,
Do you want to grab the
That's 2020.
gas
yeah.
tight out of
I mean, it's
the
not even
toolbox?
similar. To
Yeah.
an extent,
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
I will
Yeah,
rack back.
it's true. This doesn't, it has hardly any bacterial mat. You almost wonder why they chose it as a location.
Yeah.
Let's see what it looks like in 2023.
Try to remember the configuration of the rocks.
Yeah, because rocks stay stationary here.
These are sessile rocks.
Either one of these gas sites all right?
Either one's fine. So here's the bacterial mat moving in.
That's nuts to me that that's the same.
Yeah.
You know, Jeb,
Yeah,
I could have sworn I took that lens cap off. Maybe it's just dark down there.
You know what?
Maybe a little more.
Still learning about the ocean.
Sometimes we learn things the hard way.
I remember sunny 16, right? If you're taking a photo outside.
Yeah, you're right. If looking at that first picture, I wouldn't have even understood why that was a scientific target, right? Like, they prognosticated that there would be a bacterial mat.
Well, there might have been bacterial mat out of the frame, and this was the flattest spot they could get it, and then it
Maybe two
grew.
outside.
I don't know. We can watch the expedition where they placed it
Yeah.
and listen to the thought process.
That's so cool.
Do you guys want to remove the safety first?
Yeah, we forgot about that.
Danny, your mic is up over your head. Jake.
Classic.
You know, I do that more often than not.
Well, we could hear your thoughts. That's how we knew.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, nice.
Smooth. Lucky.
You got
You got to call bank.
Kobe. Oh wait,
Hey,
that's
just be careful of the
Oh, watch out for the trigger, yeah.
the trigger
The
around the
side
close
of
side
it.
of it.
You're on the wrong side of it, yeah.
yeah, I see.
Yeah, that trigger. That's
That
the one we're
trigger.
talking about.
Yeah.
That one.
Yep, still
Yeah.
that.
Found it.
That's the one. Don't touch that one.
This one?
Try to get the T, like the top of the T in the
Like that?
I don't know if you
Is
got
maybe.
If you turn it,
Let
if you
me
turn it
open the
90
box
degrees.
here. Oh, I don't know if you're around the long part of the T.
Oh, it's
Yeah, that'll work.
that's much better.
That's it.
Thing.
Yeah, that went.
I think
Okay.
that's lined up. We'll find
Box
out when
is
you
all the
pick it
way
up.
out.
Is the box out?
No, it's not. I don't know if you fully got it there.
We'll find out. I can't see it either.
Have some faith, Jake.
Just watch the schnozzle too.
Schnozzle.
Greg wants to know if the camera light should still be on.
We do not need them on.
Okay, I'll confirm. They're having audio issues. They can't hear us.
I can't hear the camera audio.
Sometimes it's just quiet though.
Yeah, it's unusually quiet today.
They did hear us when we asked for them to be on, so somebody was listening.
I think they're recent audio issues.
Oh, okay.
It's not that they're not listening.
All right, closing the box.
You want to take a look? I think it was in the, yeah.
We're hearing from shore that they are no longer listening to us.
Yeah. the audio issue is
Oh, they got audio back.
between
They're not
their
impressed with the audio.
television.
Not impressed.
That was the issue.
With
Sure
we can
they're
hear you
not.
the
fine.
quality.
It's just
Step it up.
Now, whenever people talk about video quality, I'm always like, we're trying our best here.
All right.
Okay.
I'd say we're also trying our best with the audio.
I'm not sure if I'm going to have to bump Atalanta or if you're going to make it. So maybe we'll just see.
We have been on this vent before, and we moved Atalanta away.
Did, okay. It looks like the bar's marker is 20 meters away.
The barker?
Last time we were on it, we were tail to tail.
Okay. So I'll bump 5 meters towards you.
I thought we were on it, and Lynette moved Atalanta away because we were so close.
I think I can afford just a 5 bump towards it, and then you'll have a bit of leash to play with. I don't know which side of the vent you're going to need to go on, right? So
It's the near side. So if I remember correctly,
range now.
you can start to see it in down cam.
Are we,
There it is in down
I'm
cam.
wondering, can we step 5 meters 225?
I'm gonna turn off down lights for a second there.
Thank you.
So this is the vent that we're looking at.
Cool. I think we'll just get a little more scope that way.
are we just going to take the gas tight
Oh,
sample?
that's
Or
cool.
do
Yeah.
we think there's no temperature probe work?
There's no temperature probe work.
Okay.
Correct. Just the gas tight.
Great.
Even though the dive plan talks about the jabars,
Well, I got to the bottom of it. Do you want to know what happened?
grab jabars. You told me. Well, maybe I know the ending, but you can tell the world.
He was defeated by Aladdin.
Do you want to Jafar?
Jabars.
Maybe it'll be the return of Jabars.
Oh, that's a good
Just
one.
imagine, it would be like a whole new world.
Want to come down on
Wow.
Atalanta? 5 meters?
It melted.
It melted.
Big surprise.
Way to bury the lead there.
I got to it pretty quickly. Yeah, I think I was,
This low one is what you want
yeah.
for the
Anyway.
gas pipe?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And last time we sat
down here.
on this ledge, was it? Oops.
You're tearing it apart.
Oh, yeah.
But that's going to be tough to do a two-handed maneuver, but we can have a look.
Yeah. Okay.
We sat down a bit lower to get it out.
Was it like here?
Oh, you know what we did? We porched out. I think we might have porched back in.
Yeah.
No push out?
Good.
Yeah, see if it's all the way out.
Scorch out with your porch out.
You want it all the way out?
Jeb
Yeah.
just can't turn it off.
All the way out.
There's no off switch on Jeb, that's for sure.
Too little sleep.
Jeb needs to get on our 10 to midnight shift. all puns hour.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good run.
I dropped a pun this morning and no one liked
Let's.
it.
This is second chance shift. Let's hear it again.
Someone tuned in from Kuwait,
Yeah.
and it was when we were trying to find the mooring. And I said, I hope we don't have to Kuwait much longer.
boy.
Not bad, right? Not bad.
No way.
Not bad.
Jeb appreciates it.
Yeah,
Thanks, Jeb.
I do like it.
Yeah, you found,
Sorry to our one viewer from Kuwait.
who heard that joke twice.
Maybe they signed off
What's
after I made it the
worse?
first time.
Been hearing it once.
Yeah, the odds of them still listening is pretty slim.
Luckily, audio's back for sure, so they got to hear it too.
Oh, Greg is so proud of you, I'm sure.
Zara too.
Well,
Oh,
Gabby,
Zara.
Gabby was talking about her dog and showing us a picture and saying the dog loves to find a sun puddle.
Winston the dog?
Winston loves a sun puddle, and I said I
Cute.
prefer a subtle pun myself, but
Nice.
yeah.
Wow.
Anyway.
Wow.
Turn down lights on.
Yeah. See if that helps.
This ledge has your name written all over it.
What ledge are you talking
The little
The,
block.
the bottom of this ledge.
Imagine it.
Oh, right there.
It's like, yeah, whatever the opposite of a ledge is.
L-E-D-G-E.
The opposite of a ledge.
E-G-D-E-L. Egdal?
That, got that massive vent in upper camp. Is that going to be too high up? to
We
reach?
were kind of this far down earlier.
Yeah.
It was like the only way.
I know. I mean, the operation we did last time was a little easier, maybe. So we'll see if we can still get it.
Maybe
Okay.
have to
I don't know if
reach,
it's able to
reach the Orion too.
That's
That's
pretty
pretty
tall.
far. So we were up a little bit higher before.
We can have a look at the other side, see if there's like a better spot to land. Because we can sample it low down, or we might be able to sort of sample it higher up as well.
Okay.
I don't know if there's going to be too much diffusion.
That's somewhere
Sample the same orifice?
Yeah, like because this hole here was created from us removing the bars.
Yeah,
When the bars was in there was no smoke on this side.
yeah,
It was only coming from up top.
right.
But I guess the fact there's a hole there, would that make it invalid if we took a sample from the top?
From the top one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have the temperature reading from the lower one. It's probably
see.
better.
Okay.
Yeah, like,
Right.
yeah.
We have the temperature reading from the lower one in May
Yeah, and it had been very stable up until that point.
until we ripped the temp probe out of it.
Our pun thread last night was about trains.
Trains?
Got a little runaway, I think.
The runaway what?
Run away.
What'd you say, Rennie? Runaway?
Runaway, yeah.
Yeah.
Although the best, I think Trevor won the
Went
night
off.
when,
Went off the rails, eh?
yeah.
I couldn't keep these guys on track at all.
we
Oh,
had,
boy.
Nice.
It said something about a statistician, and then he riffed on it as if it was statistician, like stuff was stuck to them.
Gabby's off mic losing her mind, right? Just echoing through the
climbing,
band. Yeah.
climbing the swim ladder was another.
It's our finest work.
Highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tagged all the audio. Make sure that
Nice.
gets playback.
Nice. No scientific value.
We're not here for science.
All zeros across the board.
I'm sure a sociologist might.
Maybe that's what the whole thing is. You
It's
know?
like the Truman Show.
Social experiment.
They're just studying us.
Yeah.
Let's stick 30
gonna have to
people
try
on a
doing it from
boat
down here.
that have zero background, zero things in common, and see how they react.
0?
I don't know. We probably have a lot in common. We're all crazy enough to be out here.
Yeah. If you weren't at the start of the cruise. Expedition, excuse me. We don't say cruise anymore, do we?
We don't?
We don't?
People
No.
just
Don't
think
think-
that we're
I'm in trouble
having a
then.
leisurely time then, right?
No.
Yeah.
It is tough when you tell people, oh, I'm going on a cruise. And they're like,
Yeah,
oh, that's nice. That's so nice. Where are you going?
You think it's going to be good?
You have to see if you can reach it. Dan was able to reach it earlier, but
I'll just be
Sunny
working.
East
Yeah.
Pacific.
Yeah, we got to reach with Orion, too.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say a scientific
yeah,
cruise.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
See.
think Orion's going to reach it.
Sometimes I
See
say,
how far it is. Try and stick the end
Never
of the
mind.
gas tight in there.
never mind.
Sometimes you say out of town on business.
Away from email.
Yeah.
Is it going to reach?
It'll reach. The question is whether the Orion can get over there.
That's the
Uh,
whole thing about it.
Looks like it's at a good angle there, though. Like I feel good about this one.
How far in do we need to be?
As far in as you can get it without.
Steve didn't want to come for this one?
Well, hold it there. Let's see
You
if
can
we can
see here.
get the Orion
Yeah.
close.
Oh, I didn't see there, Steve. My
He's-
apologies.
He's just about to comment that's the new design of the gas tights. Trevor had some comments about the crappiness of the original design.
So you bent the nozzle in a different direction.
Yeah, 90,
Yeah,
90
much
degrees.
better.
Yeah.
So that
Can I get a position here, please?
so he can hold it, I guess, the T-bar crosswise or laterally,
Gangsta
and
style.
have the plunger stick out this way because that leaves him more room on that wristy thing there.
Yeah. Well, now look, it's on the Orion side of the whole operation, which is very helpful.
It always was, but the thing was that you see
Well,
the
it would have
wrist
been on
is
top.
the wrist is not centered on the manip.
So
Because it's set
here's
up for
position
the,
for that
Right.
buffer bars
I
that was
see.
here.
Yeah,
Trigger.
yeah.
I
The
got
trigger
that,
is
yeah.
supposed to go
So
there.
this is going into the same vent.
How's that
Oh,
for...
okay.
Yeah,
Right.
this is the same vent that the
True.
bars was plugged in.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'll drop a target.
Steve, do you want
for
it
the same
deeper?
hole
Yeah,
if we
that's,
get it.
that's going to be my question.
Yeah,
Okay.
go deeper.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I think
Yep.
he's going to be able to reach.
because
So-
they're really short. These are the newer, our newer, whatever you call
Nozzles?
it, snorkels or
Snorkels.
Schnozzles.
So if you could lift it, ooh, okay,
That's
How's
pretty
that?
good. Gonna go down any?
yeah,
It's
a little,
Is it caught on the back or something?
maybe a little.
Or the front, maybe.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if we hurt this. We're not
Oh.
going into it till
It's
next
going
week.
all, it's
Yeah,
sinking
Yeah,
in even
no,
deeper
that looks
now.
good now.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'd say that's in.
it's in. I ain't moving it. Want to get the
Looks
Orion
good.
in position?
Yeah.
Do you want bubble on it too? Or do you have enough camera angles?
I think I can see it. It looks pretty good.
I don't think he was talking to you.
Oh,
Can't see it very well in bubble, which means it's in the right spot.
I'm hearing Steve everywhere these days. Am I the only Steve on the boat? I think I am.
I think so.
Why am I hearing
Do you
Steve?
hear it in scolding terms, or?
Minor schizophrenia.
That's normal around this time in the cruise.
Minor
There you go.
schizophrenia.
Yeah, that's weird. He's never even been underground.
Maybe you can backhand it. That'd be great.
think that's doable?
I love that backhand.
The tennis shot, right?
Smack. Yeah. That's more like a
Yeah, it's like opening your jaws.
ping pong.
Yeah, cast stainless steel doesn't hold its stainlessness very well.
I just had to get an updated tennis shot.
Okay, so you're like 6 inches away from it. That looks like you're lined up. You backhand out.
The one-handed backhand shot. That's what Greg's saying.
Yeah.
Full control.
Who's Greg?
Who's known for their one-handed backhand? It's rare. So I know Dennis plays a one-handed backhand.
This is where the paddle would really help. Just give you a little bit more reach.
The paddle's in the bio box.
Yeah,
We'd have to put
that's a whole-
we'd have to put the whole thing
yeah,
down.
we're a bit late for that.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll obscure the O-ring,
The
The ar-
touching.
the arm?
We can maybe get a zoom
You
on
guys-
the upper cam to see the O-ring.
Ready?
I got zoom on
You have it on bubble there.
bubble.
I'll,
Oh yeah,
Let me move in
Okay.
on.
oh, yeah, you want to move the camera?
yeah, we're good here. Yes,
Yeah.
Steve.
It's all
Yep.
still in the bend. Yeah, we're good.
That time I said Steve.
Yeah, that was a real Steve. That was
And now you
just
get all the
hallucinate
camera angles.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Okay. Are we good?
fire when ready.
Oh,
Move this?
oh, you might have the
You
other.
gotta.
The one tooth might still be on it. Hard
yeah,
to
yeah,
say.
second finger might be on it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
it's
it moved a
almost
little
there.
bit. Go a little more.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's moving or you're
It's
just
like
slipping
stuck
off
on
of it.
there.
Was it?
It's like in between the jaws and
Yeah,
But it
I think
moved.
it's on the inside jaw is what it is.
Yeah. If you do more, is it?
Yeah, just give it a little more backhand. Oh,
Step through. Do you want to try again?
yes,
Back ride, just to see.
yes, we do.
I couldn't tell if it moved or just the arm moved, the actual plunger moved or not.
I thought
We
it
could
went
see if
in
the
a
O-ring
bit,
moved.
but
Yeah, when the Orion clears out, we can look at the O-ring, but I think you're going to want to hit it again.
Whose idea was the O-ring? That's pretty.
you could always try
Smart.
a different wrist
Marbs?
orientation.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it came with that
Instead
plan.
of the fingers
Oh,
open,
okay.
you can do 90. You know what I mean?
stuck on there.
if you rotate clockwise, I think you'll be unhooked.
Nice.
There it is.
Okay.
Yes. And bubble cam.
Can't
I
see
don't
the O-ring.
really is that an O-ring?
No, I think it's kind of tucked in. You
All right.
can't
Are we
see it.
happy with the schnozzle placement again for round 2?
Still happy with the schnozzle.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good view in bubble. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Maybe take a still of this on the, oh, I guess
The
it's not
cinema
still.
cam, the cinema
Yeah.
cam doesn't see anything.
Backhand.
No, I was hoping that to try, but you're right,
Engage.
it only does a cinema.
All right.
Here we go.
The suspense.
I don't know if it's quite on there.
It's like just a hair. Yeah. If you went the other way, it'll catch the inner jaw maybe. And it gives you 2 chances. Oh, he's got another trick up his sleeve.
Or just past the sleeve.
Got another trick out of his sleeve. The worst statistician ever.
It is a pretty purple though.
Wrong button.
You learned
Speed
every. I
behind it.
was gonna say you learned everything from Dan.
Ugh.
I think you're gonna have to get the back jaw on there and open your jaws. It's the only way we were able to do it earlier.
Well, all right.
Can you get any closer to the arm by shouldering down?
See a little more. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
looks pretty lined up.
Try to draw open.
That moved.
Yeah, it's moving a little.
That was a good 1/4 inch.
Yeah, and then maybe do the non-jaw thing that you were doing earlier to try to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Now try a little jaw open up. No.
Now I got the craft arm.
You scratched the logo, you're too close.
If you got back to the jaw position you were just in, and then azimuth, would that trigger it, or was that what was slipping off before? I think you'd have to close again, the jaw.
I
If you
come
back out
around
of
the
there. Yeah, you're all in it, up in it.
Maybe we attach a paddle to the gas tight end. It's just an Allen screw there. We can stick something else in there. Sticking out a little bit more. It still seems pretty close to the...
Actually, ideally would be a spring, and then you see the spring compress. You'd be able to look at the
Nicely
rings.
done getting out of there.
I mean, I saw it moving like a 1/4 inch.
We do have like a little bit of play if you got the Orion where you wanted, or close enough. The vent still has some space to minorly readjust the craft. And then proceed with what you're doing, if that helps. Because the angle, you see with the craft, like if we brought it this way, Danny?
I really don't feel comfortable moving the gas tight.
You don't want it out, I mean like repositioning
The
so
only
it's closer.
position I can get, because of how far I'm out,
Yeah,
if I twist the wrist at all, rotate, send the wrist over, it's going to swing the nozzle out.
Like if you do multifunction like this, so you're moving in with one and out with the other, or just trying to take it out of the vent, reposition and put it back in. 'Cause we don't have to leave it in the vent if we...
I mean, we had a pretty good hit on it.
Yeah.
It moved.
Can you get it with an open jaw and then close the jaw? Because that has a lot of throw.
I could try that.
So in terms of making a bigger stub or whatever for them to hit,
Yeah.
it would probably interfere with the manipulator a bit, right? The one that's holding it. If it's too big, it might
If it's too big,
crash.
sure, but we could make it a little bigger, definitely.
And I'm wondering, make it like a cup, kind of
To catch a finger?
yeah, maybe.
Maybe it depends on the
Maybe
sub.
watching it.
Yeah, right.
So close.
It doesn't appear to be moving.
Yeah.
I think put a spring on the
I
shaft.
think it's tough on with that jaw, with that finger, because it's kind of pushing outwards on it, because it's angled.
So they're trying.
What he?
So they're
Yeah,
using
you got finger right on it.
the fingers right now.
Yeah.
What about repositioning and using, I don't know if it's called the wrist
I
or
don't think it's
no.
got the length to do that, but
Right.
Give it a little more backhand, see what happens.
move to hair.
Just a little bit.
That's the full force of the Orion right there.
So you're hitting the move button and it's not moving anymore?
It's hard to say.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, it's spinning. That's a new function.
Yeah, there was a lot of force behind that.
Yeah, that's, I don't see the O-ring.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it has much spring back, like much spring or spring back. I don't know if
Oh, don't do that anymore.
is the this might be a silly question, but are the functions on the Orion stronger if they're in closer to the sub?
No, it's a hydraulic ram
Yeah, you
that's
can-
driving them,
you have
so
that turned up.
Yeah. But I guess like the force that you're putting creates a large moment on your shoulder because it's so far, and so is the shoulder like giving way.
if you want, I can pull the thing out of the vent and we can look at the O-ring.
Yeah,
If
I don't know that we're going to get much more like this, so we at least have to pull it out of the vent and reposition
yeah,
and try again.
I think you can reject this idea, but I think that if we take it out to look at it anyway, but repositioning it and seeing if we can get any closer into the porch with the angle. I know what you're saying about being fully extended, but if even just an inch or something
Yeah,
closer to the Orion may help.
yeah, I like that
Okay.
idea. I don't think there's
Alright,
any harm. It's a
pull
big
line
hole.
out of there.
If we can carefully come out of the event and then look at our arm positioning, and I don't know if Herc can do a little hop to the left. I don't know.
There's no concern about the fact that it did get pushed in a little bit. There's no like partial collection.
So the gas tights they have like a bunch of springs holding a gold tipped pin in a very, very small hole. And when you press on the actuator using hydraulic advantage, you're pressing the gold tip pin inwards to open against the springs to sort of open that hole up.
Yeah.
And so if it opens even just a little and all the seawater fills in, that's a good sample. If it didn't open, so if it did open and we go and open it again, nothing happens because
Yeah.
it's already
Yeah.
full of pressure.
Right.
If it didn't open and we hit it again, then it'll take a good sample.
Got it.
So the only risk is if we accidentally trigger it when it's not an event. But we can trigger it as many times as we want in event.
We don't actually do the samples, but Marv I don't recall any time Marv has
You
reported
see what
that
I
we
mean, Daniel,
didn't
about,
get the
like,
sample.
If you
Yeah.
were to azimuth in and
So, but
First
we've always
right or
pushed the
whatever.
O-ring back, you know, a centimeter at least.
well, if it's easier to take it fully out, then you can do that.
They do seem to be
Yeah.
kind of variable in their stiffness. I don't know if they're just getting old and some of the springs
Are getting stiffer?
are getting stiffer. Yeah, seems like the wrong
Well,
way to go.
I'm getting stiffer and I'm
How's
getting old,
that?
so.
I mean, they are spring
What's different?
washers, so I don't know if they
We
sort
can
of bind
take a
up.
look up if we want to
Video, can you zoom in on HD?
Yeah, see if its nozzle's still in the vent fluid enough for
Schnauzer.
Steve and
So that O-ring looks pretty seated.
Yeah, I didn't see any real movement in the times when I was looking, but I didn't look the times when
and
Danny
now
said he's.
Are you looking for
Steve,
more
the
motion?
schnozzle in the background.
I think we're
When they
okay with
thought
the
he-
nozzle.
Okay.
If you want to rotate the craft a little further now that the vent's a bit more open, I think that would be fine as well. Well, now, yeah, now it's out.
Yeah, it seems pretty in there now. That's certainly a different angle, you know. Try it out.
Yeah.
There you go.
Can you go down a little more?
Hold on. Sub's moving.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty buried.
Yeah, as down as it gets.
It's a nice,
It's pretty
deep hole, so
Yeah.
the nozzle's not really coming in contact with the back of it, as far as we can tell, which is good. How do you
Okay.
feel about that, Steve?
The position's good.
Okay.
A new angle to try, Jake.
Round 2.
What about getting? Oh yeah, you have to have the other arm to get the paddle. Yeah. And the paddle is no panacea.
No, it's just
Can you go
another
a little bit wide on,
large moment. Like, you're just still increasing your moment, if that's the
Oh, do
issue.
you need a little more?
a little bit more, yeah.
Actually, I don't think I've ever used the word panacea before. That's the only reason I said
You can
that.
see it in down
A
cam.
solution for everything?
Is that what it is?
I always get Panacea and Pangea mixed up. Okay.
Well, this is what created Pangea down there.
Yeah,
Or
we're
I'm
looking at
trying-
Pangea.
Isn't that the continent?
Super
Supercontinent?
consonant.
You talk to the old timers, they say, I remember when this was all Pangea.
Well, that's relevant to your geological dig, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's
Brandon,
but I didn't say Pangea. I said Pangea.
your
I
geological
didn't know how to
dig,
pronounce it.
which is what, about Australia and California?
Yeah, yeah. At the time, these things were definitely a lot closer. 600 million years ago.
Was it during Pangea, or was it some other continental state since then?
Yeah, so Pangea, and then what we've got, how many other supercontinents? 3 other supercontinents before.
What if we had
before
success
that?
with
Yeah, Pangea is just the most
jaw closed or
recent
jaw
one.
open? I can't remember.
Is that when your spot
It
was
was
aligned?
jaw open.
No. It's at that time, things were already splitting up and moving around a little bit.
I see.
But definitely in different places than now. Australia was about 1,000 kilometers off the coast of California, what would be California. Pretty much just playing continental air hockey over time.
Nice.
Right.
The slowest game of air
Shuffleboard.
hockey.
Why was there a single supercontinent continent of this lighter crust? Why was it on one side of the Earth?
Well,
That's
you
what I'm trying to
definitely
figure out.
hit it.
Yeah, what are those called?
Thinking maybe a jaw open?
There's
I
the
don't
word
know.
for that, for the
Try it out.
cycles
Try it.
that take place.
Nope.
Well, your back finger's on it, so you can.
Yeah.
Did the spin
Still try to
spin of
push
the
it.
Earth
No, it's not
change
really
because
good
they're all on
contact,
one side, or?
No, it's just the you know, eventually, you know, ocean rifts reopen, and you know, you follow these. Like we were talking maybe it was a week ago, right? About just like
I don't know much
tracking
about this arm, Jake, so I can't be much
plate
help.
movement through hot spots, right? And how you can see they, you know, they
pushed
shift
them
around.
apart.
Yeah. And
That was
it's not linear, right? Like these guys are all, it's a
What do you think,
complex
Danny?
dynamic. Right?
Any ideas here?
So
It's a slow motion oceanography.
Keep slipping off.
yeah, and every once in a while they hit each other, and every once in a while
I
they
think
break.
get in there with the inside jaw, close your jaws sort of like
There's a word
this,
for it, I should know.
intermeshed, and get in with the inside jaw and then backhand. It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, the inner jaw will have a little more grip than the smooth back of a.
Well, I was thinking use the side of the jaws, sort of intermeshed like that.
Oh,
And-
so like 90 from where?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This might sound really naive, but is there any way to like wrist in and shoulder in to make your fingers more perpendicular with the gas tight?
I don't know
Like
if
if
we
you
have that reach. but-
Shoulder to the right and then wrist
Wrist
in.
in.
I don't know if wrist
You
is the
pitch your
right word
pitch.
for that one.
If
Yeah.
you pitch in and then bring the shoulder down, is what he's saying. But I think if you turn your wrist 90 degrees,
Yeah, we'll try this one first because
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
in position for
Yeah.
it.
and then use the side of the inside jaw.
Yeah. Oh, oh.
That works.
Yeah.
Try
I
that.
mean,
Try it.
there's
the backhand.
contact there.
It's good in bubble.
It's good in overhead too.
Getting a lot of force on that gas tight. Azimuth to the left.
last times that I remember Dan taking these, the jaw, like the intermeshing, was more perpendicular to the head of the gas sight, if you know what I mean. And I understand if this one's a lot further sort of across the body of Herc. So I understand if you don't have that reach.
Yeah, I think that's the problem, is that you're not.
If you pitch in,
Because
you can bring your shoulder down and lift your elbow up.
the force that you're applying is kind of at a 45 to the piston head. And I think if you push on these sideways, they'll bind.
Yeah, that's my guess too. The other option
Hold on, you're
is
jamming into the wrist.
I know. You're stuck in there. I'm gonna wrist roll.
Now you're just scratching.
Just azimuth out of there.
there is another gas tight that we could try,
Yeah, I was thinking that as well.
but I actually don't think this one's triggered. Quite.
I agree. This is where the Tom Thumb would come in handy.
Yep.
Well, like, they're designed for that. That's
Thinking outside the box, guys. If we were to take the craft out, do a minor heading change with the vehicle, re-put the craft in, so heading change to port slightly, so it still keeps it pinned.
To port.
Yeah. If you go
So get the
into
arm
port,
closer.
and then the craft will have to be more in that it's in right now, in which case the Orion it'll be closer to the Orion. Or just something different with the heading. I don't know.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
up to the pilot.
we have to do something.
Okay, so that's gonna be more
I'm
power.
okay.
If you can push with the jaw, okay, so if you can push with your backhand, you got more force going with the backhand right now than you do on the other direction. So if you can get your jaw in line with it the way the Orion is right now, you'll have all the power you can possibly get out of that arm. Because the hydraulic ram will be pushing out instead of trying to suck in. Does that make sense? If that don't get it, then
Well, the angle still might be wrong if that doesn't get it.
It's just a tough angle.
Yeah. Which makes me want to see if we could change the angle, you know?
Yeah. I think it's just gonna keep sliding off.
I'm happy if you guys want to remove the gas tight from the vent and then look for a different Herc position.
Okay. I think this angle is just gonna keep sliding off.
So which way do you think would be better if we try to nose in a little bit closer, or try to change heading either to port or to starboard? It just changes the geometry of the arms, and I would just have to think that through, or just try one of them and see if it works, you know?
I'll let Danny.
I just want to see if I can.
There.
Yeah,
The azimuth is really hot. You just gotta be careful.
Yeah, it is.
we could also dig for the paddle if the Orion wants to hold the gas tight for a minute. Or we could put the gas in on the porch and get the paddle into the Orion,
Yeah.
which might change the angle.
Yeah, it would give a little more reach and change the angle, but regardless.
This looks a little more horizontal.
Give it a try.
Do you have more?
Yeah, there you go.
Too low.
Yeah.
There it is, I think.
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah, let's watch it.
Yeah, see, it just slides on.
That's the hardest it's gonna get.
Yeah, so the angle is not quite.
Oh, that's getting it.
It went a little bit. Looks like it went the O-rings maybe off a little bit.
That O-ring moved.
Yeah.
Well, we can zoom on the Hercules. That has a good view of the O-ring.
Yeah, go ahead and zoom in video.
That looks a little more like what we got with the other ones, like towards the top of the socket heads there.
That looks like it went.
That fired.
Do we know conclusively how far it has to
No,
go?
we don't. I wish we did.
That'd be a good,
That looks like it went further.
But
than
like
the
in
other ones
theory,
we've
it
done.
just has to
good
go
information to have. Yeah.
a little bit.
So the O-rings past the socket heads.
It's totally further than.
What do you
we've seen
think,
the other ones
Steve?
go.
Yeah, it's probably triggered now,
Yeah.
I'd say, but yeah. It's funny how, like, the only thing we don't get is why it's not, there could be play at the very beginning, and when it doesn't engage the spring, and why was it so hard to push at that point? Well,
I don't think
we'll be
there's
able to
any
tell.
play.
If
Because
they,
the springs are applying force outwards the whole time.
if they just painted a line.
I just put
really-
3,000 pounds of force onto the end of that plunger.
Yeah, but if it wasn't in the right direction and it was binding it, then, you know.
Yeah, I
if you
think-
guys are happy,
Yeah,
Steve's happy.
yeah.
Okay, excellent.
The only question is whether we want to do another one here.
That's the question, yeah. Or do we
Did
want to
we
look?
see,
Watch
did
that
we
back.
see anything else?
We haven't looked anywhere
Yeah.
else. So the answer is no. We haven't seen anything else.
Okay, let's take a quick, do what we plan to do. We can do a
A quick look.
engineering test of the photogrammetry.
Okay.
Okay, can we put this one away?
You can. Yes.
Yes,
We want to put this in the starboard box?
we can put it in the starboard box.
Are we just using the position from the bars for this?
I can give you a do you know what sample number that was in our nomenclature?
Yeah, 028.
And do you know what gas tank number that was in our nomenclature?
Yes, I have all this information for you guys. That was, you want the serial number, yeah?
No.
Steph,
Yeah, the gas tank serial number.
That was 11.
Thank you.
Steph, I'd use the same for both, whatever you do,
Purple.
right? Because it's the same position. It doesn't matter which one you use for me, but use,
Okay.
don't do two and then we'll have this
An
bizarre
error.
thing where,
Yeah, I'm
It's
just...
almost more confusing if they're not the exact same number.
yeah,
As the bars one?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Should be the same number for both of them. Doesn't matter which one you pick now, this one or the other one, but
Well, I've already got the position for the bars from
So use
before,
that.
so I'll use that. Okay, thanks.
because otherwise we'll think, oh, we just went over to a nearby.
Fair enough. Okay.
All right, so Steve, you want to talk us through this photogrammetry?
We could either do it counterclockwise or clockwise.
And are we doing the button clicking or are we doing the...
We're allowed
The
for
timer start.
engineering timer start.
Okay. So I'm going to start timer.
Yeah.
Timer start.
Wait.
Wait, hold on, guys.
Whoa,
Let's- wait,
whoa.
No, no,
Hold
this,
on.
it's an
We're doing
engineering.
an
photogrammetry
engineering
now?
test.
We'd
Oh,
like to-
okay. Jesus.
We want to position
Hit the go
Atalanta
button.
so we're not.
Why is
so we're
that?
able to get as much as we can. You know. What are we doing? This vent in front of us as much as we can around either side, or are
Yes.
we doing this whole linear feature?
We're looking for a vent that we can possibly sample. So if we go around the whole faulty towers edifice, I don't think that takes very long, like clockwise or counterclockwise. Rennie, you may have done the one before.
I did, yeah. If I
You had to
recall,
go-
I mean, this is not a good Atalanta position for that, so I'd want to get us so we are not pausing, waiting for the ship. You know what I mean?
So we can do it at PG speed because we're just looking. We may have to stop, which would mess up a little bit, but the main goal is to do to look for
I
another
think I was
vent.
premature on that button press.
I don't.
Yeah, I think Atalanta, we probably
Very-
want Atalanta to be in a good spot
Right.
behind us. So I'm guessing to the northwest of
Yeah,
Herc.
let's see. If possible, pilots, can you lower Atalanta so I can start to pick up the vents in the, like I'm seeing 2 little vents there in the mezzo.
Danny's on it.
Yeah, thank you, Danny.
Going down.
We'll just try to establish kind of the best position.
If only we had Norbit data.
We could orbit it if you want.
Hey,
it
Randy.
would be a tough one, wouldn't it?
Yes.
It's small though, so you could do a lot of different angles around it.
Okay, so would you want to be on this?
It doesn't matter
Start.
either way, clockwise or counterclockwise, whatever you
porch in.
think.
You're in charge, Randy.
Clutch in. Clutch going in.
Okay, but the clockwise, okay. You're talking about around the entire
Yes.
feature? Okay.
And back to where the bars is, and we'll
Okay, got
be
it.
done.
So if I put Atalanta kind of there, just beyond you, you'll be able to do this whole side, hopefully as much as we can. And then I'll have to put Atalanta on the other side for the way back, so you can face the other way.
All right. So you want me to go like up and down as we go, or just like around and then, I don't know.
I think if I get, yeah, you can start, but I just want to, I need to get Atalanta over there so you're able to like keep going without waiting
Okay.
too much.
So are we just still getting things ready?
Yeah.
So Josh
But
or Jake, just do the
the
whatever
fast
you, the fast pass.
Yep.
The way
Dan was
Dan
many,
does it.
yeah.
You can go up and down a
Many
little bit.
angles,
Okay.
as many.
But now I'm pressing the button.
Press the button.
Okay,
My finger.
Ship
That's
move.
what Dan always
yeah,
says.
how do we
It's
feel about
galvanized.
this, Danny? Do you see over there on the nav
Downlights
screen?
on.
Push
downlights
the
off,
button.
it's off.
If I put Atalanta there,
That looks like it'll work.
yeah, because then you're facing it. I just don't want to like get too close without, and then we have to like mess up everything. Okay, I'll try that out.
I have both cameras at
Looking at the mesa, it looks like we're kind of in a canyon. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I have quite a bit of tether out. I mean,
Okay.
I can
Bridge
come
nav.
down and as well if we need to.
Step 20 meters, bearing 258.
Some beautiful footage in
Yes,
cinema
thank you.
cam.
Okay, so hold on a second, Jake. We're gonna
I'm just going up and down right here. I'm not
just
going to move too
reset
much.
you
Wow.
over here, and then I gotta make sure that K2's nav solution is running.
It's like a hand or something.
What is going on?
Fingers, yeah.
Even without reconstruction, the lighting is so much better now on Herc, I think, that this looks, it's worthwhile just as a visual survey. Because you can sort of see all the animals that are growing on there. But
So
like
we're gonna need to be closer, and kind of you have to get like all perspectives. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
My plan was to like go to the top and then go back down. I don't know.
there's because you see how it's like this linear
Yeah.
business here.
Totally.
Like if you start back,
Come back down on the left,
yeah,
3.
back down on the left and just kind of go.
and then you
Yeah,
can go
that's,
up on the big
that's exactly
ones.
what I'm trying to do there.
Yeah. It's just we went a bit, far.
Is the auto XY on?
On the vehicle?
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't know if that helps you go up and down in the same place.
Well, we kind of don't
yeah,
really want it to go on this.
we usually-
You want different angles. You want.
yeah. Also, you'd lose it in and out.
I don't know. What I've heard Jonathan tell Dan is just fly around as fast as you can and get a bunch of images.
Yeah, so like I don't know if we got that over there to the left
Yeah.
around this base here. If you're imagining like what you haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
And it's from the perspective of cam lower, yeah,
Cinema
think so.
cam.
and upper, I guess, too. think they're working in tandem. So like around that, I don't think we've gotten yet. Like in there. Looking in there.
Okay.
Nice, right?
Yeah, Mothra photogrammetry is always a highlight. I remember doing it last year. It was phenomenal.
But here we're just basically, we're not too concerned about it. We're more looking for the vent and giving some work for Jonathan on shore if he wants to. Right now we did a really good job, I think, last year or the year before, and that's a paper that's in the works with Tom.
Oh, Jonathan and Tom work together?
I don't know if Jonathan, no, I don't think he did, but
Tom
did he?
Tom did the paper last year.
Yeah.
Tom Kushnishka.
So tall.
Oh, it's so tall.
That's
Just use
ridiculous.
that one.
The tippy top.
But
And then
Oh,
so
okay.
you guys
Atalanta still needs to
compare
move,
the previous model to this one and look for growth and
I
change.
still don't
and
think we
go.
got
Yeah, that's
like
right. If you look
this
here at our
Yeah.
dive plan, we've
Yeah.
got an
Alright, I'll just get another angle
infographic
going
from
back down this way.
KOMAR
Yeah.
where Tom Kushnishka works. And you can see how he's compared it, 3 different photogrammetries, and then he highlights in different colors where the changes are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is more to see how this system works compared to the other system, earlier system, and to find a vent. So we don't have to be too careful.
Too thorough.
I don't know how to get rid of this stuff though.
Get out of there.
Trying to get out.
How does the processing distinguish between the plume and the structure itself?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Full jam.
Steve,
but that's the idea. Is now we got we're doing 2 cameras at once. One looking the top one there, and then I guess the straight out one.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be much quick. You can do a quicker sort of scan, go around and shoot everything really quickly. I think that's the reasoning.
Yeah, and getting right up in it is ideal.
I was going to say I was a bad geologist earlier. The name I was looking for was Wilson cycle.
Wilson.
That's
yeah,
a
that's good.
supercontinent
We haven't gotten that
recycle.
before.
Yeah.
Okay.
So every 300, 400 million years, you get a new supercontinent series.
So what's this over here? Is this back to Hot Herald? That is Hot Herald, isn't it?
Doing great.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Just whatever different facing kind of around.
Yeah.
Right, Atalanta's starting to move.
Yeah. Where is it here? Lasers.
Wilson. I don't know which.
Yeah.
What
I've
was
already
this?
gotten this? I've already gotten this.
You are, yeah.
Yeah,
and
John,
then-
Which
John
angle am I
Wilson.
not on?
he
but
had
when you
built it,
come
I can't remember.
down,
Yeah.
if you
Long
face
time
a little
ago
more
or-
to
Yeah,
This
or,
way?
yeah,
I mean,
because we haven't gotten
not so
that
long,
level
right?
yet.
Am I good tether-wise? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
tectonics is
For
only
now.
70 years old.
And
Yeah.
Atalanta should be hopping behind you shortly in that direction.
Roger. But yeah,
If we've
names
got our
effectively
angles
the
right with our
seafloor
microstream
spreading
offset.
versus subduction models to say, hey, this is
Should
when
be
things
fine. I was
should
going off of
find new rifts form, new
Yeah.
spreading, and then repeat.
Alright,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get over here and then do that.
So
angle.
it started heating in the middle of the continent.
Right.
Somehow that thinned the crust,
Yep.
sank down a bit, and
Yeah.
then became
Water
ocean.
collects,
Yeah.
becomes ocean, and you've got your new ridge. So this was
see
at some point
that other tower
continent,
there.
right?
Yeah.
By
Right.
that
Yeah.
logic.
So watch that
And
one
vice
come
versa.
down
See the
from the
starboard
starboard
cam,
side.
yeah.
Steve,
Hey,
I'm
Danny,
just
can you switch so we have port cam and starboard
looking at
cam?
the supplemental notes kind of section of the dive plan.
Thank you.
It says the lasers must always be on. Is that for the older systems, or is that still applicable here?
Thanks, Danny.
No, we don't want the lasers.
I
on for this.
thought it says lasers definitely not on.
Oh,
Definitely
okay.
not on, yeah.
Okay.
Does it say on there?
It says camera must be zoomed out all the way. Lasers always on. Zoom must never be changed.
I don't believe
That's-
that's in Jonathan's system, but I don't know
No,
about
lasers,
Tom's.
lasers off.
No, lasers will mess with the computer
I
imagery.
think
Okay.
that might be a typo, actually.
Okay.
That's so bad. Because I can't figure out why you'd want lasers on here.
Scale is the only thing I can think of, but yeah.
We seem to be using less and less lasers, and even if we wanted to, we don't have them right now.
Atalanta's still
Oh,
on
okay.
the move, coming kind of over your head, but
Worth
to the
pinging, Jonathan.
Must-
to the starboard
must have slept
side.
through that.
We're a one-eyed laser monster.
Yeah, these are good perspectives here.
I'm watching Jamie give her web interaction, which anyone can request, by the way. If you guys go to Nautilus Live, you can request the little virtual tour of the school. But Jamie is always a riot to do these events with, because she'll
Watch
throw
that
to you
delta there,
without
Danny.
telling you
I
what's
am.
next. So she'll be in the middle of like a video and just be like, and Brandon? Like,
Why is the plume black? And you're
Yeah.
going,
like, help me out. You gotta cue me up a little bit.
Is there really even an answer to that? Why is smoke black? Why doesn't it reflect light? There must be a reason.
Yeah, so before you come
There must be.
too far around that corner, we'll
The
get
gravitational
Atalanta kind
pull of the
behind you a
actual-
little more.
Smoke doesn't allow the light to escape.
Oh, that's
Very dense, yeah.
That's a theory.
This is super dense material.
Something like that. That may not be it, but there's no specular
Bridge nav.
reflection. It scatters in every direction, so you don't. How about that one?
Yeah.
Nobody asked better
It
questions.
looks like
than
we're
young
falling
kids.
off station aft.
Those are the best ones. They make
The,
you think.
the class?
Yeah, young.
The
young
ship seems
kids
to be
are
falling
used
off
their-
station to the aft.
They're so creative.
It looks
with
like the
things
jet
that
pump
they-
is secured.
They're
or
not in the box
performing.
yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Bonjour Marcel en Quebec. We have to leave the overlay on for our folks on shore so they know what
The jet
what
pump's not
depth
work.
we're at.
The restart? Okay, roger. Hey guys, we're gonna have to
We gotta pull
May-
out.
yeah, maybe pull up. Atalanta's
Which
gonna
way are we
start.
going?
Well, we can take advantage of it. So Atalanta come up over the vents and Hercules over, and we'll go to the other side as we
Roger.
get pulled off. Then we'll be safe, but we can maybe
Well-
get a little more photogrammetry
Well, it
face
looks
on
like
the other
the
side.
And
jump pump's working.
the primary object, of
no,
course,
it's
is to look for a vent that we could sample, but I have not seen
All right.
any yet.
So
right?
you're
Yeah.
gonna Atalanta come up a bit,
I'll
and
come as
Hercules bounce to the other side
Roger.
and face kind of reciprocal.
Roger.
So we'll get some photogrammetry on here as we go. Yeah, it's.
I gotta get above these canyons so we don't smack into something.
Yeah, as long as you get above the vents, should be
All right, gotta
okay.
go through this plume.
And then we'll just monitor, and we'll have to pull up
There's something
kind of a
there,
moment's
but
notice
I don't
because
think
the
we'll be
ship
able to
is
sample
falling off
that.
quite significantly. And there is no jet pump active. So it will continue to do so.
Come up, Jake.
Come up. Come up.
You should be okay. You're pulling away from the terrain. Atalanta's going to come away from the terrain.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
I just don't want to smack into something.
no, it's okay. There's nothing to smack into right now. We're okay.
How tall are these spires?
8 meters. Last I looked, and I think we measured them, they grew to 10, aren't they? Do we have that number from last year? I think they were well thought. They're not as
to get
tall.
your leash pulled.
I'm surprised. Yeah, it looks bigger than that.
It's fine.
Well, we're down at pretty close to the base at Hot Herald, so if you go back on the, what are we
So
getting?
Atalanta is
I
going to
don't
be
have that
pulled
up.
off, but in a safe direction, so we're okay for now.
2265. Yeah, yeah.
What's the lowest you got in the,
2268 right now.
and what was the lowest?
That's where we're at right now.
And what was the lowest? Can you go back on the nav screen?
Trying to eke out as much as we can if you like kind of
You're
go
at
around that way.
It's not
2272.
there.
We'll lose that
That's where we
back,
started.
and then we might have to come back once we regain ship stuff. Back row, you copying all that? We're just falling off station with the ship, so we're trying to eke out as much as we can here before we have to
Get out.
go in midwater and reacquire.
Jeb, you know how to control the camera?
I don't.
It's pretty easy.
Nobody reads
The
the
last-
document. That's what I've learned.
The last camera I controlled was on Jason, and it was a Xbox controller, a PlayStation controller.
Got one of those up here for you if you want to play with it.
It's not
Maybe at
plugged
some
into
point.
anything.
No, it is.
No, I mean,
Bubble cam.
we can make it for Jeb, not plugged in anything.
Beep, beep.
You're doing great, Jeb.
Jeb's, you're flying this out. Good job.
I'm an ROV. Steph, is there something I should be doing here?
No.
Or-
No, I was
Okay.
just...
Small talk?
Well,
No,
no, it seems like we're going to have to cut the survey.
Your job
Okay.
is don't touch the camera.
Oh, it's way too late.
That was also in Maranke's document.
Don't
let Jeb touch
Jeb,
the camera.
comma.
All right, that's probably as much as we can get before you get pulled away. The jet pump is just now starting to come back on, but we're going to be tugged way off station, so we might just want to kick back and
So the recommendation is when we lose sight of the towers, stop the timer
One more
Yeah.
image.
momentarily.
yeah,
Yeah.
as long as you're still getting
I can call
images.
it. We can
Are we gonna-
consense it.
End it there or like pause it?
We could come back and finish the other side if you like. We've gotten these kind of 4 fingers here, but not anything of the tall stuff beyond to the port side. So we started on the other side and have come around this, but we didn't get that big tower over there, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's up to you if you want to resume. once
Looks like we're getting back on station pretty quick.
we are, but Atalanta's going to come like
2,
way.
3, 4.
Way
Yeah,
out
it looks like the previous surveys did extend past those 4 initial towers.
Yeah, but our job here is to look for a hot vent to sample. And we're just,
I saw something at the very top of one of these.
yeah, I saw impossible to sample though.
Yeah,
That's the only one, we saw the same one.
possibly.
Okay, so
Impossible to sample and
okay.
possible to knock down. Actually, I
I'm gonna
don't
wait
think
till
you
they
knocked them
stable
down.
out.
I think they're really solid.
Stabilize.
It'd be
I
hard.
saw it. When we go down to the other end, there's one that's sawed off,
there.
and it's like sawed off and still flat,
Haven't gotten tugged off yet.
Dead.
dead. Once you lose your head,
One more
you die.
picture.
Yeah. So that's good. Then we'll know we can kind of reacquire and get.
Who needs photogrammetry? You could just take Herc's depth chart. That's pretty much it.
It looks like a cross section
So
of these vents.
What's
Same resolution.
What's the height there? Maximum height was 10 meters or more.
20 from 2257 to 2272.
57 to
Quick
72,
math,
78,
15.
3, 2.
So that's the answer, 15. And I remember 8 way back on the original paper, 8 meters.
Wow.
So I think they're growing.
There's a bit of a
Looking at
vent.
16 meters on the top of this one.
There's something.
Yeah. Can you sample that? Is there any chance of sampling that?
Not right now.
No, I mean ever.
No, I don't think you'd be able to perch and trigger it.
You can
You'd
knock the
have
whole
to.
tower
You
down.
have to. You have to be able to fly and push your porch against
we
it.
wouldn't be stable enough
Yeah.
to plunge it with the schnozzle.
Yeah. So let's. Yeah, we're not going to get. We might as well finish up what we can here, as a
I'm starting to get
photogrammetry.
tugged off
Yeah.
there.
So you can
Engineering
just kinda
test?
Go in
Yep.
that,
You just ripped me tail to tail.
yeah. So we can.
Take off auto heading.
Get out, dude.
I don't
Is
think
that
they're
done?
finished. Are you guys done your
No.
photogrammetry?
No,
no,
they're
AJ,
not.
you missed.
No, keep
the
it
ship
keep it
fell
going.
off
There's no reason
station.
to stop it. I don't think. It'll give us something.
Sorry, Rennie.
The ship fell off station, so we were just getting as much as we could as we were getting pulled off. We're gonna have to come back and reacquire. We got a lot of these 4 fingers, but not anything
see.
to the port side there.
Yeah, Atalanta looked to be in a bit of a funny spot, but I
Yeah.
guess we can come in on the south now and
Yeah, that's
sort
kind
of
what
work
we
our
did
way
on
back
them.
around clockwise.
We took advantage
You
of
can come down a
that
bit.
falling away.
Well, I just don't know where.
You have
Bridge
44
now.
meters of altitude.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're stable. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that might be it.
I love these ghostly pictures of these when you're a little bit far away.
Yep.
I remember first coming up, doing the first cable lay pre-survey,
Yeah.
and coming into back where S&M was.
That was
There's a whole bunch
whole
of dead
Jet 1
ones you hit
restart.
first, like old remnants. They're really
Totally
spooky
wasn't doing anything.
when they're dead, and then they start growing,
It
and
looked like
then
it was
smoke and mirrors, which was
changing
full,
direction, but
full
there was
form
nothing
then,
coming out.
shows up, and you're going, holy heck. But it's a nice build-up.
Nice. So you were on the survey cruises?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we basically instrumented this whole area in 2 cruises in 2010, 2011.
Go ahead, Bridge. Okay, roger that.
I was chief
let's-
scientist on one of them.
Yeah.
If we can step this ship, let's go 5 meters, bearing 305. Thank you. So I'm trying to put Atalanta, let's see, it's gonna be a little bit of a guess, but somewhere in here.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll reacquire, biasing towards that westernmost stuff. We'll just wait for it to come back. See how well your autos can fight the tug of Atalanta.
So why do we see like a morphology like this with like the, you know, super steep, spiky kind of
There's a
spires?
really good geological answer, and I can't. But it's why we're taking those.
Yeah, because it's so different from the.
It's sort
the
of like
previous ones we
remember
saw.
Wilson.
Yeah. To the internet.
They're different and it's reasonably well understood. It's a different material.
Oh. So
Making
yeah,
it-
because the other ones were, you know, you get the nice like flat sections. They're
Yeah,
much stubbier.
totally different. And
Yeah.
high rise is slightly different, little more vertical
Yeah.
extent. And there's a reason.
Yeah.
I think anhydrite has to do with it, but I can't remember. I'm sorry.
But it truly is like a compositional.
Probably composition intensity,
Yeah.
you know, but they have a good theory, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you're right. This is totally
Yeah.
different, and it's something I should definitely
Yeah,
know offhand because it's a good
Worth exploring more.
it's a good question to
Yeah.
be able to answer. But yeah, they're totally different. They're
Yeah,
not as
wonderful.
big, little pointy little things.
Yeah.
Could be the structure of the fracture they're coming from a
Yeah.
little bit.
And flow and composition is similar to volcanism, right? Like
Yeah.
a shield volcano versus a stratovolcano, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly. It's built on that body of knowledge.
yeah.
Jonathan's going to be like, what the hell are you guys doing? Trying to get a better perspective, Jonathan.
Did you guys pause the capturing back there? Or,
No, we did
No,
not.
still going.
okay. I don't know how easy it is if it saves to the same file or what, or if you just want to keep it running. It's whatever.
I have no idea how post-processing this looks like, so.
Okay. This is certainly not good data, but
Are you
it's,
sure? I don't know.
it's
It's a nice perspective.
I mean, I imagine that there's going to be some filtering in the post-processing.
sure, yeah.
Is,
process that would
Is
Take-
the
get
lower
rid
one
of this?
capturing now?
It's all capturing.
Okay.
Oh, like,
Do you want to pause it?
would you like us to pause it? Is that?
I don't know. I don't care either way. I just wasn't. I'm just letting you know that we're going to be a while till we get back on. I don't know. I called in a ship move to drag us there, but we drug off quite a bit, so it'll be
It is-
So it's quite long. Okay.
It is
you,
still
you can
capturing.
put
Okay,
timer
I'll stop.
Yeah.
Timer stop.
Okay.
Roger.
Even
just-
if it is in two separate directories, at least you could merge them later if there's good notes or whatever. But
All right, just let me know when you want me to start it up again.
sure.
Because I will be asleep.
All right, you see where you are in relation to everything?
Yes.
All right, and the ship is supposedly going to start to drag Atalanta towards here.
No, this is like a pause because we got drug off station.
So why did the ship go off station
Very
anyway?
practiced joke.
It
Was
looks like we lost
weather?
jet pump propulsion.
Okay.
Want to secure hydraulics to the craft?
That's a good joke.
So I can get a little more jam. Hit the boot
I
button
told
first.
Jamie she's really following the rule of ninths
Yeah,
in
that's
framing
what
that shot.
The bronze ratio or something like that.
Yeah, Atalanta's doing that pendulum, so it's actually still swinging east until we come back.
West.
Yeah. West. Trying to go west.
Aha, there they are.
And there you are.
Reacquired.
It'll take a second to drag Atalanta though.
Oh wow, look how low our hydraulic revs is right now.
It's been dropping. Oh, that's even further than it was before.
Yeah.
That's what, 2.5? 2.5's okay. But yeah, it's something to report to higher ups that make decisions that we don't.
Do you want me to let Dan know?
Yeah, have him come up.
Data lab nav.
Oh, that's a beautiful view.
Above my pay grade.
Let me just get this sorted out and I'll go get him.
Hopefully we don't have a thruster going out.
Pass me my phone. Just text
Alright,
me.
Atalanta's starting to come back, but it's not in the direction that I would expect. So it's coming like this
Directly
way.
at the vent.
Yeah, instead of that way. I want it over here. Well, we'll find out when we get there. Fine tune it.
Do you guys have a sense for like the range and breadth for the photogrammetry? Like from here, why not from here?
It's a lot of like the quality of the image. So if you were outside and doing photogrammetry in sunlight with a fixed shadow, you could be further away and sure you'd lose a little bit of resolution, but in water,
Yeah.
it's difficult with different
See, everything looks blue.
shadow angles because of lighting, and then farther away. So in an ideal world, you're kind of pretty close to try to reduce a lot of that.
Blue light travels the furthest, so when you get a little too far away, everything looks blue.
Everything just washes, yeah.
And it washes it out, yeah.
Yeah, on land, if you were doing it in a with this constant sun angle, you typically would want to complete it within like 20 minutes, whatever you're doing, because the shadows are actually going to matter in your model.
Want to bring Atalanta setting around?
We close enough? Yeah.
We're starting to move back, yeah.
Starting to, yeah.
Should be.
I'll
should
just
have
watch
enough
where
time.
Atalanta decides to live. Because right now it seems too far away, but it could have a lot of that pendulum in the, like it might be like an S in the 6-8, you know?
6-8's dancing.
Yeah. All right, there's Herc and Atalanta view. I'm just not sure how much to drag you. It is still moving. Now it's moving in the direction I want it to. Nice, okay. So let's see to the right where we kind of left off. Yeah, there we go. So getting this side of those four fingers, like
Yeah.
kind of in there and there.
Should we
And
let
I'll
the
just-
back row know we're ready to
Yeah.
resume?
Back row,
We're
kinda
going.
getting
Timer start, baby.
Sweet.
back on.
Hit the button.
He keeps getting drugged.
The time series component, I think, is just the absolute coolest, right? To be able to see it. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had mentioned in the past that one of the things that NASA had done was do this for off the photos from the Mars rover, and it's just incredible to see. It's called on-site, and since the mast cam is always scanning, that's how it like chooses its path. You can effectively build a 3D model of the geological, sites of interest, and you go in with a HoloLens or something like that, and the scientists just walk around and say, what about this rock over here? Like, let's go look at it. So that like more immersive data structure is just like.
Yeah, this is definitely a proof of
Doing a great
concept
job.
for us.
So Danny, we'll just watch that visual as Atalanta settles in of that
Yeah.
vent, but we're clear of any other obstacles.
Yeah.
And it
More
looks
than
like
one
you're above
camera.
it anyway, just barely. Because I don't really see it in the
Should I turn the
mesa.
gain down on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, now that we're not sphere hunting.
Did you see my thing I sent you?
I've got the buttons over here if it's easier.
Yeah, I can pull it up on the camera on
Okay.
here though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gain's only 49%.
Yeah, I mean, you can leave it there, it's fine. Because we are like up against stuff. There's like this weird, I'm sure you've noticed it, but there is like a linear feature here and here, and that's like based, I think that's the frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just
See the
bounces
square?
off a little bit. And we don't see it, we see it once we start to get returns close to the bottom, so it's like, oh no, we're close, but then that's just like these weird frame returns. But otherwise it's fine, I mean, I'm
I'll bring
fine
it down
with
to 40%.
Sure. Because that is terrain we would want to avoid, so I'm fine with it lighting up. Yeah, there we go. It seems to be clearing out the weird stuff.
Much better.
Yeah.
Yep. Not be hard pressed to go back in the water.
TCOB. TCBY.
Give it some TLC.
TLC.
All right.
After a 40-hour dive, Hook needs some TLC.
Yeah, got a TLC, the TBOS.
Thought I had to come back to that, but I don't.
You got to calibrate it every once in a while.
Sure.
In the heads.
TBOS needs some R&R.
All right, so we're now still at the eastern extent of these fingers, yeah? But we're getting all the... Did you get one kind of head on at the...
I'm trying to remember what I've done.
Yeah, so we're at these fingers, yeah. I don't know if we've gotten one head on
I've
the
tried
stroke.
that. Problem was, there's a vent.
Oh, and it starts
It's
to...
just
yeah.
smokes.
Pulled.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, I don't know if we've gotten this stuff to the left here,
Yeah.
but you're doing a good job with
This
the
is
stuff
where
that you're
like the Norbit builds the pseudo map as you go, and it's so helpful for figuring out where the
Yeah, if you
blanks
do,
are.
if especially something like this, if you just did one pass on each side, plot it up, you'd be like, all right, yeah, you've gone here.
Yeah, you can like then like paint in the
Yeah.
black areas. It would be way
Yeah.
more, I don't know, easier to follow, I guess, because it is hard to remember where we've been.
So, what is our tasks after this photogrammetry, by the way?
Collect the bars and get out of Dodge.
So no more gas tight?
No gas tights. We haven't really found anywhere that looks feasible.
Yeah.
and we're sort of running into time constraints anyways. Like if we don't start one now, we're gonna run out of time. So I think we're committed to the photogrammetry until 10:40, and then we'll go get the bars on the porch and recover and be on deck around noon.
Sounds great.
We could go a little early if we feel like we've sort of gotten what we needed to out of the photogrammetry.
Yeah, definitely getting this first section.
Really cool picture of Herc right now in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, for me to zoom in a little bit on that
So I
one.
can get it from this side.
Sure, Amber. So, yeah, it looks good.
All the smoke in the water. Okay, I'm gonna pull up a little bit because I'm sitting on my tether.
Okay, wide on Atalanta.
Wide on Atalanta?
Yes.
Roger. This is good, getting the inside of this. You got on your port cam, you can see vent.
Getting rail in there.
Yeah, you haven't hit it. Now you're pretty close. If we get like the base where this connects with the next one and then follow that up, I think that would tie the model really well.
Yeah, we haven't really gotten any of the...
Really tie the room together.
Yeah, I think there's a rug in there.
That's a cool structure on the left there.
Yeah, we're gonna follow that one up.
Yeah, I can't remember there's faulty towers, and what's the other name?
Is this the one where they've cut off a chimney?
That's more on the southern end that we didn't get to yet.
Okay.
But it looks just like a table, and I think that was called Roan, R-O-A-N. I don't know what Roan
Wow,
is.
that Atalanta shot is like cathedral organs.
Yeah.
I know.
That's
I
so
love
good.
it.
Cap Argus.
Yeah, lights are getting a lot better, aren't they?
Gonna remember that one. Oh, it's so good. Getting a timestamp so I can steal this photo later.
Can you rotate Atlantis, Danny? It rotates, right? You can aim the camera?
Which way do you want it, Steve?
No, I'm just wondering how you're getting such a good shot.
Yeah, Atalanta has rotational thrusters.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll need to come up a bit.
And the camera has...
Like these are totally pictures
tilt.
I want for my background.
Yeah.
The camera has
All right,
zoom.
highlight them.
Is that what you asked?
It's got tilt, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I have tilt on the camera
Yeah, doesn't need pan because
I can rotate the vehicle.
that is a great shot there. For
Herc looks like a 3D render in
So
that
I'm a little
shot.
close on Atalanta. It's settling into a place that I
Yeah.
don't really want it.
Come
So
up.
I'm gonna back.
I'm coming up.
Yeah. I'm just gonna back up. Or if you come up, that might solve our problem.
I'll come up. I was just trying to get a good shot.
Oh no, it was great. Yeah. No, yeah, it's just a little bit of
Tilt
this.
down. That's probably good,
No, I
good
am.
height right there.
Yeah,
you'll need backup kind of sensors like
that was
little
good shots,
beeping
though. Thank you
things.
for that. I have some good grabs of that.
Sometimes you just gotta go for the shot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, that was awesome. I think you're right, though. We weren't really swinging. That was just you
That's
coming
one of
down. So
Ballard's
that's fine.
favorite shots is the
Yeah, no, that was
eye
great.
in the sky.
Great. I just kind of glanced up there and was like, huh.
I was watching the tether and like, okay, everything looks good. I'm gonna come
Yeah.
down a little lower than normal, just because it's got a good shot.
Yeah, this is great. Good stuff.
This one looks kind of like a tree.
Like a big redwood. Ooh, is that a flange pool?
I was just about to say that this one would just do really well on just a normal top-down DEM because they're very like pointy because there's not a lot of overhangs, and then of course there's one in front of us.
No gas.
I don't think I've ever seen a flange pool, so look up if you can see if this actually is one or just a
No, it's
wart.
not.
Yeah.
No gas.
Where do I want to put Atalanta is the question. Because it seems to be, it's not super linear. It actually kind of like turns a bit.
Yeah, Atalanta's also like getting really close to being on top of hook.
Yeah.
Like I'm directly above a hook right now.
Ish, yeah. Let me see. Just trying to make it so we still get, I don't want to pull off so we get, because we got to come around the other side of this is the problem. Let me come maybe south, like over there. Yeah, I'll try that. 15 meters, 190.
Come on,
Bridge nav.
pull up.
Step 15 meters, bearing 190. Thank you. So Jake, I'm coming down here with Atalanta, so you can keep doing what you're doing, but then eventually we'll come around to that like kind of port side, you know what I mean?
Roger.
Yeah, but you're good now, getting the good stuff.
I believe this the vent site here, Mothra, was officially attributed. The discovery was attributed to Kim Juniper with Ropos on the Tommy TGT, the Tommy G. Thompson, August 1996. Well, I should say the actual visual discovery, because I think they had water column measurements well in advance indicating that there's something down here.
Great tying together there, Jake. So I'm coming that way to come help you with wrapping around.
Yeah, I'm definitely hitting the books after this to just kind of look into this morphology a little bit more, just because I'm shocked at how different each of these sites is. Just kind of wasn't expecting to see towers like this after what we saw at
Yeah, Steve, is a lot of that chemical composition of what, or is it rates of, or temperature, or all three that cause the different morphologies of the vents?
I think it's all three. I once got far enough to understand why, and since forgot. But I'm reading about it right now.
Yeah.
I think that they have it pretty well nailed down, but they're definitely, obviously, these are totally different than what you see at Grotto, and different than high-rise. And high-rise is slightly different than Main and Neverfield as well.
Yeah.
And there are actual reasons. And of course, you know, Iceland is different than here, and it's the same sort of thing.
Yeah, I wonder if it's truly just like a surficial volcano, right? It's just temperature and silica content is the difference, right? Like, is it bindier and tackier, and so it can grow taller?
Could even go lower here.
Yeah.
This one reminds me of Gothic architecture, this site.
Yeah, this should be like named more appropriately. Sagrada Familia or something like that.
I think that's already taken.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure.
Next up was Mothra.
Yeah.
There's just like a universal list of names.
Yeah, just like hurricanes.
Scientists are uncultured swines. You know,
Yeah.
no art in them.
Wasn't this called Faulty Towers?
Yeah,
Go ahead, Bridge.
part of the Mothra complex, but I think these vents are faulty towers. I don't know.
Sorry, say again, Bridge. The jet pump's off. Thank you for letting me know. Do you copy?
Jet pump's off, roger.
Jet pump's off. So we're gonna
Fall off
get as
some
much
way
as
then?
we can. I'll watch for Atalanta and see it when it wants to swing.
What does this
we'll
mean?
fall back in the southeast direction again, which is pretty clear, as long as we come up reasonably, but I think we'll have some time here to just get as much as you can.
What does this mean for the rest of the dive? Is it off?
No, I think they're just resetting it again.
Oh,
so
okay,
same
I see.
as before.
Okay, well, once we fall off, maybe we'll call it, and we will go back, gather up our bars, and
just watch
recover.
that tether there when you come around, as you're circling around. We only have so much. Yeah, AJ, I hear what you're saying. I think we'll just have lost, if you are looking at either high pack or...
Yeah, I got a high pack.
Yeah, so just like this side of the...
Yeah, that's fine. This
so
was...
it's just like a,
Yeah.
I want to say a quarter of it.
Coming up a bit more.
Oh
Yeah,
ship's
it's all good.
In there somewhere
Coming up.
is Rhone, which is the cutoff one.
Ship's losing ground pretty quick.
Ship's losing ground, yeah.
I just wanna get
Atalanta
one
has
more view right
not
here.
started to move yet. Jake's got the photogrammetry bug.
Yes, so
That's
to
fine.
the left of you down should be where that Rhone chopped off guy is. I mean, you can't really see it in the Triclops or whatever.
Okay.
Nice. All right, well, it's looks like it's back up. It might take a little... Sorry for force talking to you, Bridge. I'll come off comms.
So that's
Looks like we're back up again, but it'll take a bit to like settle in. and then we will reacquire the bar's temporary position and recover it.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing you don't want to have happen during recovery, but we can always do a main engine.
Let's turn it off.
Less than ideal, but possible.
Yeah, and they say here in this paper that the tallest tower is 20 meters. But looking at I mean, clearly the morphology is
Go ahead,
very
Bridge.
different.
Roger that, thank you.
Okay, so there's a sampleable thing there. Again,
Okay,
it's
sure,
too
thank
high
you so
up.
much.
We're also out of time to sample.
Yeah, no, I'm just, for next time, things haven't changed. You can't sample anything except possibly Hot Herald. It's the lowest one.
It's going to take
Down
a
below us, there was a little guy at one point in time.
bit of time. They're going to restart again.
So that's Hot Herald we're looking at?
No, we're on the other side.
Mm.
So it's a kind of a little ridge. We're facing north, I believe. Must be. No, we're not.
Man,
Okay,
this
I'm
would have been
lost.
a good orbit.
Well, we came around the east side, but yeah, right now we're just facing west at the,
Right.
or we came around the south side.
So in there you'll see a chopped off guy somewhere, and that'll be the chopped.
This would have been a good, it was short in orbit too. It's not that big.
Just go above it and spin.
Next time.
Yeah, do a little 360.
So Atalanta's about to go down this hill,
Yeah, there you go. You're
shutting off